I saw, interestingly, that President Biden, he is not going. I understand the King Charles, is going. Previously had been told by the then Prime Minister Liz Truss, I think it was, don't go. Well, he's going this time, we're told. And we've also got our guy, Chris Bowen, attending. What can we expect, do you think?
Well, I think it's all predictable, isn't it? We'll have another IPCC shock announcement that the planet's warming quickly and we've all got to get together and pass even more rigorous measures. You know, it worries me what they're going to do, having achieved, got the whole world to this 2050 goal, which, as far as I can see, is completely impossible. But anyway, they're all signed up for that. What next? Because every year, of course, they have to up the virtue signaling a lot. Interestingly, though, Peter, I think this time there'll be a lot of people talking about nuclear, from what I've read, and Chris Bowen won't be in those conversations. So that's troubling.
Well, John, square this circle for me if you can. The Albanese government's talking about banning disposable vapes. I think that's going to come in from January. But at the same time, you've got the ACT government allowing anybody to walk around with heroin or ice or methamphetamine in their pocket. There's now allowable carrying limits and allowable amounts for use. At the same time, in Victoria too, on the Premier's desk, been there for 1,200 days, including obviously her former predecessor, Daniel Andrews' desk as well, a report into a second injecting room in Melbourne. Now, you can walk in and shoot heroin in that injecting room, but you won't be able to vape and you won't be able to smoke. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yes, it can't be explained, Peter. And to everyday Australians, they see the Greens pushing for exactly, as you've said, the legalisation basically of hard drugs, while at the same time measures that do get people off smoking and that do provide pleasure for many, many Australians, they seem to be absolutely against. It's a double standard, it's hypocritical, and it can't be explained. And one of the things that always bemuses me is that so few people ask the Greens, ask Adam Bandt to explain this double standard and to ask that of the Albanese government as well.
Just quickly, Nikita, I mean, we're drowning in debt right around the country, but in Victoria it's particularly bad. State debt's going to hit $256 billion by June 2027. I remember in the Howard government years, we used to have this mantra, pay back Labor's debt. At that time, it was $96 billion. Well, that's a nation's debt. This is a state debt of nearly $260 billion. And he noted that the debt's historically high. He said he can't see any plan to pay it off, and that they're also going to have to borrow even more money from offshore for all of its significant infrastructure. We're going out the back door, aren't we, at a state level at least?
We are. I mean, state debt is rising across the country, as we know, but what's most worrying about Victoria is, A, it's by far the largest debt per capita, and secondly, there's no plan to pay it off. They don't have in their forward estimates to sort of pay down the debt plan, whereas in New South Wales and Queensland, at least it's there. This is really troubling. I mean, Victoria is not a state with lots of resources, so they can't get the royalties that, say, Queensland and Western Australia gets. There is no way.
Hang on, we do have them. We're just not allowed to use them. We do have them.
That's right. But they're going to have to the only way to pay down this debt, of course, is to stop spending and to make the economy more productive, and there's no signs of doing that. So Victoria in particular really worries me, but I think across the country, state debt is becoming a significant part of our overall national debt, and we have to do something about that.
All right, Nick Cato, John Roscombe, thank you both for your time. See you next week.